Hello, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with Podplays! Last time we went and tried to assassinate a lord, gave up on that because holy shit, he's got like 6 guards there and I can't kill them all, even doing some kind of bullshit ways of attempting it. So we've run away, and we decided to go to Caed Nua instead, which is our main quest, which we're technically using as a side quest before we go on to the main quest, because I am not strong enough to kill a lord and all his men. And all the king's men. Yeah. Along the way, we found Ghana, who's a very, very gruff man. Well, no, he's not gruff. He's big and strong, and he has a deep voice. But he's quite jovial, and also being tracked by assassins that he did warn us about, which is nice of him. So hopefully we don't run into assassins, because assassins kind of suck. I'm going to bring up the volume a little bit for this one. Sorry if I end up blasting one's ears. Might be. There we go. What's back here? Ah! Yeah, some spirit residue.
Right away.
Alright, we came here looking for a watcher, just like I am a watcher, so that he would be able to explain on what the hell a watcher actually is. Yeah, we'll see. Hello, statue. Steward. As you come to the end of the Great Hall, you perceive an inviting warmth radiating from a grand throne wrought out of marble, its masterful artistry out of place amidst the castle's more practical stonework. The veiled face of a woman is carved above the throne's backing, watching over the room with hollow eyes. Oh, one moment. So, message. Okay. Switch back to camera. Yeah. Yeah. Slide in between you two. Oh, slide. There we go. Oh, good camera? No, definitely not. Why'd it get so dark? What the fuck? Yeah. Well, that's just fucked it, doesn't it? There we go. Alright, let's try one more time. Slide in. Easy does it. Maybe between these two? No, it doesn't go between these two. Here we'll do just fine. There we go. At your approach, you feel the warmth fluctuate as though stirring. A voice rings out from the carving, permeating the fortress through stone and air.
Another watcher in Caed Nua, glowing very brightly indeed to these eyes. What strange happenstance.
Who is that speaking?
I'm sorry if I startled you. I'm afraid my manners have been slipping.
Yes.
I haven't had much opportunity for introductions lately. In any case, I assume you're here looking for Maelwald.
Any idea where I can find Maelwald?
I can feel his presence faintly somewhere deeper inside the keep. But he uses his gifts to confound me, and my senses are dulled while he does so. I only wish I could know his mind.
Are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins, one of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
Tell me more about Maelwald.
He was a great man. He came here one day, young with long hair and polished armor, and he banished the dark things that had come to lurk in this place after centuries of neglect. He could see the beauty of this place, the way it had been, so he claimed it for his own when no one else would take it. We worked together to restore it.
Cool.
But he began to grow distant some time ago, He never told me why. He retreated deeper and deeper into the keep, never leaving, sending servants for food, hiding himself from my sight. The restoration stopped. Now, to look at the place, you'd never know the progress we've made. In most places, it's worse than it ever was. And all I can do is watch it crumble around me.
Farewell.
Take care in your search. Many dangers lie in wait here.
Oh, thanks. Oh. Well, thank you for opening the door. Very kind of you. As far as I'm aware from previous experience, all of this place... Hello. Rather, most of this place is abandoned. There's nothing really here. It's just a whole big old mess. Nothing to investigate. It's all stuff that you'll be able to investigate later, which is why I'm not exactly sweeping the rooms as it is.
Been out playing soldier again, have we? Go wash up and come help me shuck these peas.
As you draw nearer, the apparition in front of you resolves into an elven woman. Her stringy hair is tied back, and she tugs at a loose thread on her apron. There's a distant, hollow look in her eyes, until she notices you. A frail smile descends like a veil over her face. She turns from you long enough to produce a basket that, like her, is shimmering and semi-transparent. And no complaints. You've got to eat your vegetables if you want to grow up strong and be a real soldier one day. Just like we agreed, right? She watches you out of the corner of her eye. Say nothing.
Soldiers are important people. They defend the weak and punish the wicked. You're too young to understand now, but there are lots of wicked people. People like the man who murdered your father.
She crosses another husk between finger and thumb.
Before you were born, the Glanfathans attacked settlers like us. They said we'd knocked over some of their special Adra rocks. That's why they call it the Broken Stone War. They got very angry, and so they came into our villages and killed many people. Your father was one of them.
A pod slips out of her grasp, and she jabs the side of her finger with a jagged thumbnail. She says nothing as her skin slowly turns from white to red. I see.
That's why you'll be a soldier one day. To protect and to avenge. Why don't you go back out and play? I'll finish up here.
Wow, that is creepy. Now I remember why I brought the music down.
Yeah?
Alright, Ruggy boy. Yeah, no, you've got a system shock, and you're frostbitten. I think maybe... Oh, we can't rest here. Okay. I think maybe you head off. Go find us some... Okay, that was quick. Spear spider. Oh, shit. And more spiders.
Following your lead.
Awesome. Alright. Let's put our... You back here. Come on. Just sidle in there. And
Hey.
you two can hit the front.
Following your
There we go. Alright, we look fairly safe in this particular area. I do say fairly, that is still a fair bit of damage that Edio took. Good. We've noticed the one up there, but we haven't actually attracted its attention yet. Let's get a firing line. No, yeah, let's do a specialty formation, and instead of this sheet... Ooh, there's slots for 7 across, but only 6 deep. Interesting choice. Let's say you two at the front, you two behind, and you two at the rear. Just sort of... Yeah, something like that. Oof, it's pretty wide, actually. Yes, I think we're going to change that up a bit. So it will be right next to each other. Base it off my position. Just flank out the sides slightly. Something like that. Yeah, that works for me. Alright, so everyone switches over to their ranged weapon. Ah, you two do not have one. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open fire.
Hey.
Oh god, why? Why? Oh god, I switched your weapon, why? Oh my god, you've got 3 weapon sets? God damn it, why would you have 3 weapon sets?
I'm poisoned.
Alright, they're both shots. That did not work out well. Keep on moving back. Right, there we go. Alright. Switch to your sword and start hitting. Hi Debbie! Hi Barry! If you're there. You would be there, because you should have gotten home by now. Hello! Take on the spear spider and the spear spiderling. Oh boy. That should be enough. I've been having some trouble with Pillars of Eternity. I continuously die. It's very awkward.
Ready when you are.
Alright, let's loot everything here. Go. And... Alright. So that didn't work out
Hey.
brilliantly well. Following your lead. First of all, he has 3 weapon sets. I have to take that into account when switching weapons.
Hey.
And second of all, they all had to rush forward to get into range anyway.
Hey.
So I
How may I
think
help?
Hey.
might be better to
Yes?
say
Oh.
you guys
Yes?
here. No, but they won't defend themselves. Like, they won't fire until they're attacked. Unless they're on, like,
Braved out the
offensive or aggressive. And it's really frustrating. Okay, so yeah, they'll move to engage, because they're on defensive. I want them to not really move. Pull back, and I'm going to change this up again so that everyone's in line.
Hey.
Okay. Which is pretty much the exact same as the formation we were using anyway. Ah! Yay! The both of you. Hello. Alright, reposition. Bring out your sword. The thing I've definitely learned about Pillars of Eternity is that I have to micromanage the whole bloody thing. And it's really, really frustrating, but necessary just to be able to survive, even on the normal difficulty. It is... I've already lost a rogue who died from, she died immediately from a trap. Like, it was just a one-hit... Dead. On the ground. Not even knocked out. Just dead. It's nuts. Hi, Dad. Alright, so I'm gonna keep everyone's AI on defend self, so if they do get in trouble, they will engage. But apart from that, like, I don't really want them using their spells. I don't really want them using their abilities. These guys will sort of creep out and then engage. Then I have to actually give the order to start firing at shit. So, you can fire, stab, stab, stab.
Just say the word. Hi?
And you should actually be at the back.
Hi?
Alright. Happily the spiders are quite easily defeated, so just have to bum rush them and get past the auto phases. Should be right. There we go. Okay. New orders.
New orders, Lieutenant. Ready your squad.
Is that Matt Mercer? It's a very soft voice for Matt Mercer, but it's pretty close. A spectral man, arrayed in armor and an officer's cloak, studies a single sheet of paper. You can see straight through it to the ducal and Adir insignias on his breastplate. He seems to read over the page several times before looking up at you. When he does, his expression is unreadable.
There's been a change of plans. Take your squad and march south all the way to the bow in the river. Bring a wagon team and a dozen barrels of pitch.
I think that's actually Liam. His voice falters and he shakes his head. The hand holding the paper drops to his side. Let's listen.
The instructions come from Admeth Hadred himself, which means they might as well have come from the Duke. We're to burn those hut dwellers out. Set fire to the Deerwood so they've nowhere to retreat. Cut them down when they come out. Or let them blaze if they won't.
A ghostly sigh forms a mist in front of his lips. His mailed fist...
It'll make this even shorter than the Broken Stone War, all right. And we can only hope it'll discourage future conflicts.
Yep. Plans for the commanders and the colonists to go out and set fire to the natives in their entire frickin' city, towns, and just burn people alive, and when they try to run, kill them. Great orders! Yeah, thanks.
I know this is personal for you. It is for many of us. But understand, we're doing this to end this war, not to continue the last one. Remember that we're flushing out the enemy, not burning villages for sport. Bareth will have his work cut out for him tonight.
Yeah, I bet. Bareth is the death god. Joy! So there's a dark-ass history in this place. This cot is rough with splinters. Thankfully, we're in the prison, so it's all fine and dandy. Let us head southwest. Deeper. As soon as I can find some camping supplies, I'm gonna camp out for a while. Try not to die. The more I work with the Pillars of Eternity AI, the more I appreciate how well the Baldur's Gate AI was set up.
We'll take those farmers by surprise.
And the complications kind of needed, honestly, because oh boy, trying to work with these simple AI options is really frustrating.
Almost time. Di and Heather scouted the village last night. They're rounding up the rest of the party now.
An elven man turns to face you. His cheeks, his forearms, and the cartilage of his long, pointed ears are smeared with indigo and blue paints. He grins wickedly beneath a thatch of wild hair.
Don't worry. Everyone remembers the raid was your idea. The Rio had to go along with it after you'd gotten the rest of the clan riled up. No one wants it said that the Nine Claws were too cowardly to stand with the rest of the tribe when the foreigners desecrated our ruins.
So this is the retaliation. The Ria? The ragged stripes of paint on his face twist as he laughs. You may not like them, but they're still our elders. For now. A dead grey tooth peers from between his lips. That was clever, drawing the support of the community first. By the time you approached the Real, they had no choice but to support us. There's no doubt you'll join their ranks one day, so long as no farmer's pitchfork fells you tonight.
The tribes need more leaders like you. Women who value deeds over words.
He reaches toward your cheek, but stops midway, his splayed fingers quivering as a tremor of doubt runs through him.
You were right. We were too soft when the foreigners first came, and now they humiliate us. We'll be soft no more, and the invaders will learn to leave us alone once and for all.
So, this continent is a story of colonialism coming across natives. The natives are a bit more prepared than, say, North America was when the colonials first came. So they are protecting these big, tall structures of Aedra, a special sort of malleable stone that seems to work really well with spells using souls. So these natives were protecting it, but they're certainly very savage. So every time that someone trespasses across the lands where those particular pillars are, they tend to die, and they tend to die very quickly. And colonials tend to poke their nose in wherever they can find so that they can get more land, so that they can settle more good land, so that they can do the farming and make all the money and send all the things back to the old country. it hasn't turned out well. There's been, I think, 2, maybe 3 wars around all this. There was also a 4th war around the reincarnation god Aethys, who, it is said, an avatar of Aethys came to the world in this area, was fought and then slain, and now suddenly there's not so much reincarnations going anymore. Like, people aren't coming back to new bodies. There's a curse of hollowborn children in the land, where children are born without their souls. So they breathe and they eat, but they're not really there, so to speak. I have become a watcher thanks to a very weird. I witnessed. I was nearly killed by a Bilik, which is a soul tornado that patrols around these areas. That ripped out the souls of most of the party that I was with, as well as the bad guys that were with us, but left me and a couple others untouched. Those 2 untouched later died when they were viewing a ritual that was going underway. I left fine, but afterwards was able to see ghosts, which is why I'm now able to travel around and see all these ghosts. The rest of the party don't see anything like this.
Let's see what lies this way.
Just in case, I'm going to sneak around and... There's spiders that way. And trying to hit traps. And there's beetles this way. Well, I think I'd rather fight beetles than spiders, so let's...
Hey.
Oops. Let's get over here. Oh! Uh-oh. Switch! Alright, bring in the rest of the party. That was a bad idea. Get in there! Skill up our other tank. He's really taking on the brunt of it, things here. Okay. He's now gotten enough to summon a shroud! Friendly shroud! Get him! You really should be just, attack anything. That should be your AR. Heals. Oh, I love that we can carry around a gun.
Just say the word.
Rogue is leveled up, thankfully. Finally. We'll give him stealth and mechanics. Mechanics first. Mechanics saves me more tools. Backstab, nice. Dramatically increases damage done from stealth or invisibility. The rogue may use melee or ranged weapons, but must be within 2 meters of the target. Done. That means I can go up here and unlock that for free, I think.
Not a problem.
Beetle carcasses. This way. What do we got here? Yeah!
Let's see what's in
Oh, I
here.
only needed 5, jeez.
That'll do it.
There we go. Suddenly things have occurred.
No. Keep away from us. Leave us!
Merwold! How you doing, buddy? You don't look like you're too sane. A large, liver-spotted man. Liver's all over him. Yeah, I greatly prefer the beetles over the spiders. Barrel-chested and paunchy, cowers in the far corner of the room, his white hair a tangled, stringy mess. He covers his face and chest with trembling hands, unable to look in your direction.
Maybe we should come back later?
Are you Merwold? He looks up over his hands, the muscles around his eyes twitching, and begins whispering to himself in sharp hisses as though having an argument. All at once, he stops shaking, a sudden calmness falling over him. His head tilts forward slightly, and he looks you dead in the eye, like a cornered animal about to pounce. His voice turns suddenly raspy.
Mayor Wald isn't here, and he isn't fooled. He has sent for no callers. Be gone, deceiving spirit.
I won't leave until I've spoken to Merwold.
Mayor Wald will speak with you, but you will maintain your distance, or you'll have me to answer to.
The old man turns his body away and has another muttered, sputtering argument facing the wall. When he turns back to you, he's taken a confident stance and his chest is puffed out like a soldier's. A new strength enters his voice.
Come to speak to Meowald. Meowald, whose touch is poison. Meowald, who knows not his effect.
The man's posture folds, and the hands he'd held strongly at his sides a moment ago resume their original tremors. His voice is feeble and tentative. I was told I am a watcher, and you could tell me more about it. And about a tablet of some worth after that. Once you two are finished, of course.
A window. Window to the ether, where spirits dwell. Peer and reach into it. Speak and listen through it. A watcher sees souls, reads them, knows their pasts, souls of the living, souls of the dead, an empath, and the souls see them back. Used it to help beings in both realms, did I. What the gods wanted of me, thought I.
He exhales feebly, his breath wheezing.
The gods put me in the world for vengeance, and I obliged.
With a quick spasm, his shoulders straighten and his voice becomes strong.
It was the gods' wishes that we protect those lands. My way was the only way to remove the foreigners.
He tilts his head forward, glowering at you, and his voice is raspy. 3 personalities.
Little I knew.
He shrinks down as himself once more. He cradles his hand. He cradles his face in shaking hands. So it looks like they've got the 2 ghosts that we saw beforehand are currently residing inside his body. So we are not just talking to Meowald. We are talking to Meowald. We are talking to the commander, and we are talking to the native guy. I was accosted by spirits on my way here. What did they want?
No. No! Forgive me! Forgive me!
Meowald staggers backwards, staring off at some imagined phantom. He covers his mouth with his hand, his breaths convulsing, his eyes red and exhausted. Okay, sleep well. You seem to have lost your mind.
Lost? No. Found more of it. Too much. Too much to bear. An awakening.
Alos's eyes narrow as he looks at the old man. How could a simple awakening have driven you to this? You mean you remember your past lives?
Something reminds. Memories stirred. Memories before birth. Other bodies. Other times. Memory. Personality. Identity. Any might resurface. Or all.
He looks again at the door behind you. And I seem to be having a conversation with several of them right now, yes?
Ghosts of the mind. Meowald has lost control. Meowald's body no more.
Oh. Thank you for re-following, Debbie. Thanks. The spirits I passed, what are they?
Spirits. And not spirits. Always whispering to Meowald, reminding him of his mistakes. No sleep. Watchers see memories before them, form them from the essence of their own souls. Once Meowald awakened, he could not make them leave. Gave them more form, not less.
The spirits are memories from previous lives?
Troubled memories, angry memories, pulling Meowald back, reminding him his mistakes. Marauder and soldier, soldier and marauder, how could they know?
Why do these past lives still trouble you?
My fault. All my fault. Soldier and Marauder. Soldier and Marauder and Meyerwald. No forgiveness for what's past. No undoing what's done. No sleep. No sleep for the Watcher.
He looks at you, baggy-eyed and lost.
War there was all around. War of stone, war of tree.
He's talking about two different wars fought back to back, long time ago. The Broken Stone War and the War of Black Trees. Usual conflicts between locals and settlers getting out of hand, both of them. Some folks are still mad about what one side did to the other.
Death we brought to the settler men. We, the Nine Claws. Claws of Nine. Worse what we did to the women. For love of the gods. The gods' love. For their love.
I met one of your memory spirits. There was talk of raiding a village. Wall's voice becomes raspy, and he was somewhere else in place and time, speaking to someone's unseen.
Hold her down. Head her. Give this Adia bitch an heir that belongs in Air Glodfath.
That's awful. Merwald cringes himself again, watching something he can't bear to see, shaking his head over and over. He wails. Oh, that's awful. No wonder he broke. Great. Yeah, great. Awesome. My head is stuck with the memory of rape. Raping someone. Not being raped, raping someone. Ah! Fair enough. No, 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 yes. Take your time. It's over now. It was long ago. Continue when you're ready.
The boy. The boy. The baby boy. The boy. Conceived in the raid. Conceived by force. Vessel for Marauder. Slain in the raid. Marauder and the boy. Marauder and soldier.
Holy shit, that's even worse. The second life that he had to play was... Oh my god. So he played out the life of the Marauder. He died. The vessel was moved into the baby of the woman who he was forced to be raped. Oh my god. Oh my god. A baby conceived by the raid. Oh dear.
For the soul. Marauder's soul. Same soul. One soul. Boy's soul. Marauder's soul. Raised in lies and vengeance. Raised to soldier. Raised for the fire. Born for the fire.
And that was his mother I met in the keep. She told him his father was killed by the raiders.
You'll get no pity from me. The crimes of the Nine Claws clan in the last war are still unavenged. But the gods are just. They have led me here. In my father's name, every one of you will burn. Light it.
Merwald straightens up, his voice deep. He speaks again into the past. He looks off to his side as if to someone else standing nearby. Eloth looks at the old man in horror. Bay, the Ush's crooked barn! Merwald's shoulders slump. He rocks back and forth, agitated. He mutters to himself, oblivious to your presence.
Soldier and Marauder. Lies and vengeance. And dead villages. All dead. All dead. What for? What for?
I see no reason. Just bad luck.
How little we know.
I've seen apparitions like those elsewhere, since I became a Watcher.
Oh, no. No, no, no. You too. You too.
All at once, in spite of his abject misery, his expression changes to one of utmost sympathy. Poor man. Oh, poor man.
They will take you too.
Eloth's eyes dart between you and Merwald. What exactly does he mean? Surely something can be done. You're saying I'll end up like you.
So fragile, the Watcher's mind. So real, his memories. Once awakened, how can he sleep?
If I'm awakened to a past life, how would that have happened?
You were reminded of it. Strong memories, lingering lives, they dwell near the surface, waiting to be remembered, waiting to take your mind for their own. Meyerwald sat at his hearth and watched his fire, watched the wood burn. Then came the memory of another fire and burning wood, and screams.
His face trembles involuntarily. Oh man, so he wasn't aware until he was watching the fire, and then something just went, and suddenly the commander has launched himself into his head. Brilliant. How do you tell a spirit from a memory?
Fragmented are memories, stuck in time, mindless, cruel, never far.
Okay, so the fragments of memories will show up and they won't actually respond to me. They'll just be responding to the time that they are coming back to. There must be some way to make these memories go away.
No. Always there. Always remembered. Can't forget. Can't unsee.
I didn't just remember. Someone caused this. They wore masks and spoke of books and keys and a queen. There was a man there. He seemed familiar to me.
Keys of lead. Books of burden. Queens that were. Known to me are they. The leaden key.
The leaden key? It seems we share an enemy, Porgus Veron. Assassins and Watch-Awakers both. They certainly keep busy. Who is this queen they pray to?
Woodica. Goddess. Crown shattered and body burned. Binder of oaths and grudge holder. Bearer of justice. But whose?
What can you tell me about this leaden key?
Secrets. Secrets and deceptions and schemes. Who knows their answers? Not they. Not they. Crossed them before. Hatred of watchers, hatred and fear. Much we see. Threat to secrets.
Do you know where I might find the leaden key?
City of Defiance. Never far from the Queen.
Defiance Bay. And the Animancers of the leaden key? If the leaden key caused my awakening, could they undo it?
Many secrets do they keep. Unawakened? Mayhap. Who else if not they?
Meyerwald's bushy white eyebrows edge upward. He begins muttering to himself. Just as you are ready to repeat your question, he speaks. I need to go so I can search for this man from the leaden key.
Sleep well. Sleep well.
Hold! I know your will die. Your actions were seen. You would sooner betray us to the Adir land thieves than take orders from me.
Before you turn to exit, he tilts his head forward. His eyes lock with yours, cold and dangerous, his voice gravelly. Take it easy. I'm not going to betray anyone.
Your betrayal is for nothing. Your warnings are lost on these foreigners, and their blood will be Gallowayne's tribute this night. I have asked the elders for the honor of claiming your head as my first trophy, and they have granted it. Beg for the Seeker God to grant you a quick death.
Ah, shit. Ah, shit! Okay. That's awkward. Fine. Well, we'll take you one. Is AI okay? Paramotor. Yeah, I think the AI is okay. Okay, everyone launch yourself at this first one. Fire at him? No, actually. Fire confusion at him. Kick him out of the fight for a moment. Shoot him.
Brave does not believe.
Works perfectly. This really does work perfectly. Very handy that he just cooked his own allies. Alright, both of you fire at him. Let's get a little touch of life onto myself, and also a prayer. Let's knock him down. Let's blind that other thing. No, we can't blind a blight, that'd be silly. Let's blind him. Cast Freezing Grasp on the Flame Blight, and reduced damage reduction.
Darvaru, be on seat!
Nice. Well, that's unfortunate. We've just killed the only lead that we had. But, fine. There is a change in the air of the keep. What was thick and suffocating feels to you somehow more breathable, as though yielding to a conquering invader. Merwold's body lies inert. You can feel his soul lingering there, uncertain. There is something unique about this soul in this place. A bond formed in decades of inhabitants and lordship that feels somehow palpable to you, as though even in death the keep knows its former master, and the former master remembers his keep. Porgus Ferron was granted Speaker to the Restless. In your mind's eye, the bond seems to you as a frayed rope, ghostly and alive, its frayed ends writhing like tide pool anemones, and you find that if you concentrate on it, you have the ability to manipulate its strands. So, we can repair the rope between Merwold's soul and this place, keeping his soul here. We could cut the rope, allowing Merwold to pass from this world. Or we could draw from the energy of the rope itself, taking knowledge and understanding from the connection. I believe as a death godling and as a paladin of the Dreadblight, the Dreadblight doesn't really come into here. In fact, I think the Dreadblight would probably just bind the soul here for more power, so that we can go more later. But we will sever the rope, allowing Merwold to pass from the world. I think he's deserved his rest here. To go inhabit it, another body. Strand by strand, the connections fly apart like the overstressed strings of some ethereal instrument. With the tearing of the final string, the rope becomes liquid and dissolves from your awareness. Merwold's soul hovers near you, a vortex of strife and discord, but there is something else there beneath it. Something like relief. His soul passes through one of the walls and is gone. Yes, let's not bind the old bastard here forever.
Right away.